Hello everyone, this is Mike Wheeler. I'm coming to you now in the middle of May of 2016. Wanted to do a quick update because there's been a lot of changes on Salesforce's side as far as releasing additional certifications, and they've updated their website for certification.salesforce.com. So now if you go to certification.salesforce.com, you can hover over the credentials tab, and these are the different certification paths that you can currently take on the Salesforce platform. There's sections for administrators, and then for app builders, architects, developers, implementation experts, marketers, and then finally Pardot. So I wanted to spend a few moments going through all of the certifications that are currently available in Salesforce and speak a little bit as to one that I know of that was retired not too long ago that people are still looking for. So first, if we click on administrators, you see that there's two certifications available currently related to the Salesforce administrator. The first tab is for the administrator exam, and this is for the Admin 201 certification. I do have a admin certification course on Udemy available. And then I am creating a course for the Advanced Administrator certification that's known as Admin 211. Sometimes people call it Admin 301. There's a lot of terminology confusion out there, but currently there's two administrator certifications. There's the administrator and then the advanced administrator. If you want to go for the advanced administrator certification, there's a prerequisite that you have to be current on the Salesforce Certified Administrator certification. So this first certification serves as a prerequisite for this advanced one. So once again, there's quick facts about the exam as far as the number of multiple choice questions, the time allotted, the passing score, the registration fee, and the retake fee. And then as well some sample questions that you can check out. So next, if we select app builders and scroll, currently there's just one certification for app builder, and it's called the Platform App Builder. There are no prerequisites for the certification. However, they do recommend that you complete the Building Applications with Force.com and Visualforce Dev 401 course in advance. And I wanted to speak to this particular certification for a moment, the Platform App Builder one. This is not necessarily a replacement for the Developer 401 certification for Salesforce, but I did want to mention that that particular certification, the Developer 401, was retired by Salesforce, and the last day that you could have gotten that was September 14th of 2015. And then around that time, they did release this Platform App Builder certification. It's not a straight correlation, same exact exam. I do have both certifications, the old Developer 401 and then the new Platform App Builder. The Platform App Builder, the one that we're on now, does cover mobile sections and some things around Lightning. It still, though, is a certification that has to do with developing on the Salesforce platform on the declarative side, and that means clicks instead of code. There's no coding knowledge required on the Platform App Builder. Really, all you need to know is when you would need to write code and what can be done declaratively. And so some of the newer items that are on this exam might be like the Process Builder and perhaps even a mention of Lightning or Lightning components. But I wanted to specify what this particular certification is. And so we'll get into the actual developer certifications that are currently available through Salesforce here in a moment. So now going back to the credentials tab at the top, we've got architects next. And here's some changes here. As far as used to, there was just the technical architect certification available. And there's three new ones here. There's the development lifecycle and deployment, the integration architecture, and data architecture and management, in addition to the pre-existing technical architect. Once again, information on the exam, and there's no prerequisites for that. They do recommend that you go through this thing called the Architect Academy book, and there's also a study guide. There's also an Architect Academy website, and that is a purchase required. It can be pretty pricey, and then as you see, these registration fees for these architect-related exams are more expensive. This one's $400, retake is $200. And so what they're trying to do here is there's a huge amount of knowledge you need to have in order to pass this full-blown technical architect certification. Last I heard, there were between 200 to 250 individuals in the entire world that hold this certification, and over half of them are employed by Salesforce themselves. And so it's really rare to find someone that has this certification, and it just requires a tremendous amount of knowledge on the platform and beyond. And so some of these other certifications help bridge that gap and help people make it to this technical architect point, but as well, it provides different sort of niches or specialties in the architect space so that people can be certified under the architect role, and you may find yourself drawn to doing development lifecycle and deployment. Or if you specialize in integration, that's an art form unto itself on the platform as well. You may want to get the integration architecture certification, which is this second one that I just clicked on. And this goes into the overview of this particular credential, the fees as well. Then next, we've got data architecture and management, and this is another certification around the data architecture of the Salesforce platform. And once again, the passing score, this one's a little different, 70%. I notice registration fee is $400. Then finally, the technical architect. I mentioned that some of these are expensive. This one is $6,000. The retake fee is $3,000. And there's a few components to the full-blown technical architect certification. There's a self-evaluation, there's a multiple choice exam, and then there's a review board presentation where you actually travel to a location and present something to the review board. If you're new to Salesforce, that's something that will take several years to get to that point unless you're a total genius. And then for the developers certifications now, there's a Platform Developer 1 and Platform Developer 2. And what Salesforce has done is they used to have a thing called the Advanced Developer Certification, and it was known as Dev 501. And there were a few components to that. There was a multiple choice component, and then a programming assignment. And then also you needed to provide background information on why you built your application the way that you did, and it would be evaluated, and then you either pass or fail. And so they split this up into two pieces now. The Platform Developer 1 is 60 multiple choice questions. It is a proctored exam that you can do either online or on site. 68% is the passing score right now. Registration fee is $200, retake fee is $100. There is no prerequisite for this. There used to be a prerequisite for the Advanced Developer 501, but now you can dive right in and go for the Platform Developer 1. If you want to do that and you're new to Salesforce, all I have to say is more power to you, and you probably will fail, but it's a good idea to have a firm understanding of the platform. And then as well, they recommend that you complete this course here, Programmatic Development Using Apex and Visualforce Dev 450. And that's something that you can shell out several $1,000s to Salesforce if you so choose. I do plan to create a course around all of this as far as the Platform Developer 1 certification in the future. That will cover a lot, and so it's going to take me a while to come up with that course exactly. But for now, we'll just leave it at that and look at Platform Developer 2. So Platform Developer 2 is 60 multiple choice questions, 120 minutes allotted. 63% passing score. So this is also, as you see, another multiple choice exam, but then there is as well the programming assignment and essay exam. And so this is similar to the rounded out experience of the old Developer 501 Advanced Developer Certification, where you've got to complete your programming assignment and write an essay exam as to why you built what you built and how you built it. So that rounds out the developer certifications that are available. There's the Platform Developer 1 and Platform Developer 2. So next we get into implementation experts. Previously, it just contained the Sales Cloud Consultant and Service Cloud Consultant certifications, and now there's a Pardot Consultant and a Marketing Cloud Consultant. So the Sales Cloud Consultant has a pretty good overlap. If you pass the Salesforce Administrator Certification exam, the Sales Cloud Consultant exam has some overlap. And I am developing a course for the Sales Cloud Consultant certification. And once again, it's a multiple choice. And you see here the passing scores, the fees, and all that. And there's some sample questions here. And then as well, one thing to really highlight or notice is that the prerequisite for this Sales Cloud Consultant certification is the Salesforce Certified Administrator. So that administrator certification does serve as a prerequisite for several other subsequent certifications, such as the Advanced Administrator and as well the Sales Cloud Consultant. I also want to mention that it also is a prerequisite for the Service Cloud Consultant as well. You notice the prerequisite's the same as far as the Salesforce Certified Administrator. They have to have a current status on that certification in order to get the Service Cloud Consultant. There's as well some overlap from the Administrator Certification exam to the Service Cloud exam, but you'll find on there a lot of industry-specific things around call centers and even some acronyms related to service centers, and then as well a lot more in depth on the Service Cloud than you would find on the Administrator exam. Some of the newer certifications that are available is the Pardot Consultant. Pardot is a business-to-business marketing solution that Salesforce acquired a few years ago, and they now have a consultant certification. So if you have Pardot experience, you can go for this particular certification. There are no prerequisites for this one. And then finally, the Marketing Cloud Consultant certification. You have to have a current status as a Salesforce Certified Marketing Cloud Email Specialist. So that's another certification that we'll be getting into here shortly. And so the Marketing Cloud Consultant and the Salesforce Certified Marketing Cloud Email Specialist, those have to do with ExactTarget. That's another marketing solution that Salesforce acquired several years ago. And they've been integrating that into the Salesforce platform, and that's part of their Marketing Cloud solution. And so in order to become a Marketing Cloud Consultant, you first have to attain the Salesforce Certified Marketing Cloud Email Specialist certification. So as you can tell, there's a lot more certifications now available, and that's why I wanted to delve into this and update this course, is because a lot has changed in just a few short months since I last recorded and spoke on the different certification paths that are available. So next we get into the marketer's credentials. And here's where you'll find the Marketing Cloud Email Specialist that we were speaking about earlier, as far as that being a prerequisite for that Marketing Cloud Consultant certification. So there are two Marketing Cloud certifications as far as on the specialist level. There's the Marketing Cloud Email Specialist and the Marketing Cloud Social Specialist. And for this email specialist, they recommend you take this Email Essentials course, which once again costs money from Salesforce. And there's no prerequisites for this one. There's study guides for all these certifications as well. So it is good to go to certification.salesforce.com, download the certification that you're interested in, study guide, and get prepared. And then as well, rounding out the Marketing Cloud side of things is the Social Specialist. This one is a new exam as well. There's no prerequisites here, but they recommend that you complete the Social Studio SS 101 course in advance as well. There's a study guide here. And as well, often there's sample questions that you can find to give you an idea of what to expect. So finally, there's the Pardot section. And once again, that's the business-to-business side of things for marketing for Salesforce, is the Pardot solution. And then ExactTarget is the business-to-consumer. And so the Pardot certifications that are currently available is Pardot Specialist or Pardot Consultant. So the Pardot Specialist, there's no prerequisites. There is a study guide and a few sample questions here. And then for Pardot Consultant, there's no prerequisites as well. There's a study guide, and we spoke to that earlier because this Pardot Consultant is actually also under Implementation Experts right here. So things to bear in mind, lots of options, and considering that there's so many different certifications that are available once you get the administrator certification, and it's a good idea to understand the platform fundamentals before diving down the path of a consultant or a developer or an architect. I always recommend that people go for the administrator certification first, but I believe there's about 16 certifications total, and so I encourage you to check out certification.salesforce.com and learn more.